What stands between you and the life you dream of? Is it talent? Is it luck? Maybe the right opportunity? No. More often than not, it's something much simpler and much harder at the same time. Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of rejection. Fear of stepping into the unknown. It's the invisible wall that keeps you stuck in the same place day after day. But here's the truth. Fear only has the power you give it. The real power belongs to something else, to courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward despite the fear. It's the quiet strength inside you that whispers, "I can," when your mind screams, "I can't." Courage is the spark that lights up your potential, turning dreams into reality and obstacles into stepping stones. Without courage, even the brightest ideas and deepest passions remain trapped in the shadows of hesitation. Imagine for a moment the world's greatest achievements, the most inspiring stories of success and transformation. Behind every one of them lies courage, the courage to begin, the courage to try again after failure, and the courage to keep going when every part of you wants to give up. Courage is the bridge between who you are today and who you want to become tomorrow. And here's the most powerful part. Courage lives in you. It's not reserved for heroes or legends. It's in the small decisions you make every day. The courage to speak your truth, to take the first step toward your goal, to face discomfort and uncertainty head-on. Courage is a muscle you can train, a habit you can build, and a mindset you can choose. This video is your call to awaken that power inside. Together, we will explore the true meaning of courage, why it's essential for success, and how you can develop it in your everyday life. Whether you're standing at the edge of a new opportunity, facing a tough challenge, or simply needing a push to keep going, this journey is for you. So, are you ready to break free from fear's grip? Are you ready to unlock the power of courage and transform your life? Let's dive deep into the force that changes everything, because your most courageous self is waiting to be unleashed. Part 1. Understanding courage. When most people hear the word courage, they imagine grand, heroic acts. Firefighters running into burning buildings, warriors charging into battle, or bold leaders standing up against impossible odds. But courage is much more than those dramatic moments. True courage lives in the everyday choices we make, the small, quiet acts that require us to face fear, uncertainty, and discomfort head-on. Courage isn't about being fearless. In fact, feeling fear is a natural part of being human. What separates courageous people is their ability to act despite that fear. It's about saying yes to challenges even when doubt creeps in, and about stepping forward even when the path ahead is unclear. Courage is not a rare trait only some possess. It is a skill and a mindset that anyone can develop with practice and intention. Think about the last time you took a risk. Whether it was sharing your true opinion, trying something new, or admitting you needed help. That was courage. These moments might seem small or insignificant, but they add up. Each act of bravery, no matter how tiny, builds your inner strength and resilience. Over time, these small steps train your mind and heart to face bigger challenges with greater confidence. It's also important to realize that courage is deeply personal. What feels scary to one person might feel normal to another. The true measure of courage is not the size of the challenge, but the size of your commitment to face it. For someone, it might mean starting a new career, while for another, it might mean confronting a difficult conversation with a loved one. Both require courage, and both are equally valid. Moreover, courage has a ripple effect. When you choose to be courageous, you inspire others to find their own strength. Your bravery becomes a beacon, lighting the way for those who struggle to face their fears. This creates a powerful cycle where courage spreads, uplifting individuals, families, and even communities. Lastly, courage is not a one-time act. It's a lifelong practice. Some days it will come easy, and on others it will take everything you have. The key is to keep showing up for yourself, to keep trying, and to never underestimate the power of a courageous heart. So, understanding courage means seeing it as a daily choice. A choice to step into discomfort, embrace vulnerability, and keep moving forward no matter what. It is this courage that will carry you through life's toughest moments and lead you to your greatest victories. Part 2. Why courage is essential for success. Courage and success are inseparable. They go hand in hand like the two wings of a bird. Without courage, success remains a distant dream, trapped behind walls of doubt and fear. It is courage that fuels the drive to take risks, step into the unknown, and push past failures. Every success story you admire, whether it's a famous entrepreneur, an artist, or even someone close to you, has courage at its core. Success rarely happens without challenge. It requires bold decisions that scare us, choices that put us at risk of rejection or loss. Courage is the force that helps us embrace those risks rather than avoid them. When you dare to try, even when the outcome is uncertain, you open the door to possibilities. The path to success is never straight or easy. It's filled with obstacles that test your willpower and grit. Courage strengthens you to face those obstacles without turning back. Think about inventors like Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's success came from relentless courage to keep experimenting despite countless failures. Or consider athletes who train for years, pushing their bodies and minds beyond limits, fueled by the courage to endure pain and setbacks. These examples show that courage is the foundation of perseverance. The unshakable belief that failure is not the end but a stepping stone. Courage also allows you to step out of your comfort zone, which is essential for growth. Comfort zones may feel safe, but they are traps that keep you stuck in the same place. Success demands growth, and growth demands discomfort. It takes courage to leave behind familiar routines, people, or environments, and explore new territory. But it is in this new territory where breakthroughs happen, new skills are learned, and dreams start to take shape. Another important aspect is courage to stand out and be different. Success often means going against the crowd, challenging norms, and trusting your unique vision. It requires courage to risk criticism or judgment. Yet, it is this courage to be authentic that often leads to the most meaningful and impactful successes. Finally, courage is essential for success because it helps you recover from failure. Success is not a straight climb. It involves falling and rising repeatedly. Courage is the inner fire that keeps you getting up after every fall, stronger and wiser than before. In short, courage is not just a quality that complements success. It is the engine driving it. Without courage, opportunities pass unnoticed, potential remains unrealized, and dreams stay just dreams. But with courage, you have the power to turn your vision into reality, no matter how big or small. Part 3. Overcoming Fear. Through courage. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions we experience. It can freeze us in place, whisper doubts, and convince us to settle for less than we deserve. But fear itself is not the enemy. In fact, fear is a natural, even necessary part of life. It signals that something important is at stake. The real challenge lies in how we respond to fear. That's where courage steps in. the courage to face fear, not avoid it. Many people believe that courage means never feeling fear, but the truth is the opposite. Courage is acting despite fear. It's the decision to keep moving forward when your heart pounds and your mind screams to turn back. This is why courage and fear often walk hand in hand. The presence of fear doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. What matters is choosing to rise above it. The first step to overcoming fear is recognizing it. When you become aware of your fears, you remove some of their power. Instead of being overwhelmed by vague anxiety, you can identify what exactly holds you back. Is it fear of failure? Fear of rejection? Fear of the unknown? Naming your fear makes it tangible, something you can confront. Once you understand your fear, the next step is to challenge it. One effective way is through small, intentional actions. Start by taking small risks that push your comfort zone just a little. Each time you face a fear, no matter how small, you build courage. Over time, these small victories create momentum, and fear loses its grip. Mindfulness and reframing your thoughts are also powerful tools. Instead of telling yourself, "I can't do this," try shifting your mindset to, "I am learning," or "I will grow stronger through this." This mental shift doesn't eliminate fear, but changes your relationship to it, turning fear into a signal for growth rather than a stop sign. Another powerful approach is visualization. Imagine yourself facing the fearful situation with confidence and calm. Visualizing success prepares your brain and body to respond with courage when the real moment arrives. Remember, courage is not about eliminating fear, but about mastering it. Even the most courageous people feel fear deeply. What makes them remarkable is their refusal to let fear decide their fate. They don't wait for fear to disappear before taking action. They move forward in spite of it. So next time fear shows up, don't run from it or try to bury it. Acknowledge it, understand it, and meet it with courage. You'll discover that courage isn't a giant leap, but a series of small, brave steps. And with each step, fear loses a little more of its power, while your strength and confidence grow. Part 4. Building Courage. Daily. Courage is not just a one-time heroic act. It's a habit, a practice, and a way of living that you can build every single day. Like any skill, courage grows stronger the more you use it. The small choices you make daily to face discomfort, speak up, try something new, are the bricks that build your foundation of bravery. One of the most effective ways to build courage is by intentionally stepping out of your comfort zone regularly. This doesn't mean you have to jump into life-threatening situations. It means taking manageable risks that challenge you just enough to grow. Maybe it's starting a conversation with a stranger, sharing an unpopular opinion, or tackling a task you've been avoiding. Each time you push past hesitation, you train your mind and body to handle uncertainty and discomfort. Another powerful habit is setting daily challenges for yourself. These can be as simple as committing to one small, brave act every day, like trying a new activity, asking for feedback, or saying no when you usually say yes. Over time, these small acts build momentum, transforming your mindset and increasing your confidence. Affirmations and positive self-talk are also essential tools. The words you say to yourself shape your reality. When fear or doubt creeps in, counter them with affirmations like, "I am capable," "I can handle this," or "Courage is my choice." Repeating positive messages rewires your brain to believe in your strength and resilience. Persistence is key in this process. Building courage doesn't happen overnight, and some days will feel harder than others. You may face setbacks or moments where fear feels overwhelming. But it's important to remember that courage is a muscle. It gets stronger through use, but only if you keep showing up. The act of trying again, even when it's difficult, is itself a courageous act. Journaling can also help you track your growth. Writing down your experiences of courage, what you tried, what worked, what you learned, makes your progress visible. It reminds you that bravery is not about perfection, but about effort and growth. Finally, surround yourself with courageous people. The company you keep influences your mindset. When you spend time with those who inspire bravery and growth, their energy becomes contagious. They challenge you, support you, and celebrate your victories no matter how small. Building courage daily means choosing to face life's challenges head-on, little by little, and trusting that each step forward is progress. It's about embracing discomfort as a teacher, not a barrier, and believing in your own power to change. Over time, these daily acts of courage create a ripple effect that transforms not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. So start today. Find one small way to be brave, to stretch beyond your limits, and watch as the power of courage grows stronger inside you with every step. Part 5. Courage in Relationships and Communication. Courage doesn't just show up in moments of personal challenge or big life decisions. It plays a vital role in our relationships and how we communicate with others. Building strong, authentic connections requires the bravery to be vulnerable, honest, and sometimes uncomfortable. It's in these moments that courage truly shines. One of the greatest acts of courage in relationships is the willingness to be vulnerable. Being vulnerable means showing your true self, including your fears, doubts, and imperfections. It means risking rejection or judgment because you value honesty and connection more than comfort. Vulnerability opens the door to deeper intimacy and trust. Without it, relationships remain surface level and often fragile. It takes courage to take that first step and share what's really on your heart. Honest communication also demands courage. Speaking your truth, especially when it may lead to conflict or disappointment, is not easy. But it is necessary for healthy, respectful relationships. Saying what you need, expressing your feelings, and setting boundaries requires you to overcome the fear of upsetting others or being misunderstood. Yet, without these conversations, resentment builds and connections weaken. Courage also means having the strength to say no. Many of us fear rejection or disappointing others, so we say yes when we really want to say no. But courage empowers you to set clear boundaries and protect your energy. Saying no is not selfish, it's an act of self-respect and honesty. It allows you to focus on what truly matters and build relationships based on mutual understanding and respect. Another powerful aspect of courage in communication is the willingness to listen and be open to feedback. It takes bravery to hear criticism or perspectives different from your own without becoming defensive. Yet this openness deepens understanding and growth, both personally and in your relationships. Courage in relationships also means forgiveness, the bravery to let go of past hurts and choose healing over bitterness. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing wrongs. It means freeing yourself from the heavy burden of resentment and creating space for peace. Remember, courage is not about perfection in communication or relationships. It's about taking honest, brave steps forward even when it's hard. It's about being real with yourself and others, trusting that authenticity creates stronger bonds. So, whether it's having a tough conversation, expressing your feelings, or setting boundaries, embrace courage as your guide. The power of courage in relationships transforms fear into connection and builds a foundation of love, respect, and growth. Part 6. Courage in Failure and Rejection. Failure and rejection. Two of the most painful experiences anyone can face. They sting deeply, shake our confidence, and make us question our worth and abilities. But here's the truth that separates those who succeed from those who give up. It takes immense courage to face failure and rejection and keep moving forward. Every successful person has faced failure and rejection countless times. The difference is not that they avoided these setbacks, but that they embraced them as part of the journey. Failure is not the end. It's a teacher that offers invaluable lessons. Courage allows you to see failure not as a verdict on your worth, but as feedback, a chance to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Rejection often feels personal, like a direct attack on who we are. But courageous people know that rejection is not a reflection of their value. It's simply part of life's process, an opportunity to refine your approach or seek a better fit. The courage to face rejection means refusing to let it define you or stop you from trying again. Building courage around failure and rejection means developing resilience, the ability to bounce back no matter how hard you fall. This resilience comes from a mindset that values effort over outcome and progress over perfection. It's about celebrating the bravery it takes to try, regardless of the result. One powerful example is Thomas Edison, who famously failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Instead of giving up, he viewed each failure as a step closer to success. His courage was not just in invention, but in enduring setbacks with unwavering determination. Similarly, many athletes, artists, and entrepreneurs face rejection repeatedly before they find their breakthrough. What sets them apart is their courage to keep believing in themselves when others don't, to keep pushing forward when the path seems impossible. Remember, failure and rejection are not signs that you should quit. They are signs that you are trying. They prove you are daring to step outside your comfort zone and chase your dreams. It is in these moments of struggle that courage matters most. So the next time failure or rejection knocks at your door, welcome them as part of your growth. Meet them with courage and a resilient spirit. Use them to fuel your fire, not extinguish it. Because every time you rise after a fall, you become stronger, wiser, and closer to the success you seek. Part 7. Courage to change and grow. Change is one of the most challenging experiences we face in life. It demands leaving behind the familiar and stepping into uncertainty. This transition can be uncomfortable, even frightening. But the courage to embrace change is what fuels personal growth and transformation. Without courage, we often cling to the past, stuck in routines that no longer serve us, afraid to risk the unknown. Growth requires us to stretch beyond our comfort zones, to confront limiting beliefs, and to reinvent ourselves when necessary. Whether it's changing careers, ending toxic relationships, or adopting new habits, these shifts require bravery. It takes courage to admit that what once worked no longer does, and to make the conscious decision to pursue a better path. Many people fear change because it comes with uncertainty and risk of failure. But courageous individuals see change as an opportunity rather than a threat. They welcome the unknown with curiosity and resilience, knowing that growth lies just beyond fear. Courage to change also means accepting that growth is a process, often messy and non-linear. You might stumble, make mistakes, or feel lost along the way. But every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. The brave person keeps moving forward despite discomfort, trusting that transformation is possible. Consider people who have radically changed their lives. Entrepreneurs who left secure jobs to follow their passion, or individuals who moved across countries to start anew. Their journeys were filled with doubt and fear, but they chose courage over comfort, and that choice changed everything. Growth also involves learning to let go, releasing old habits, toxic thoughts, or fears that no longer serve you. This requires strength and courage to face the parts of yourself that need healing or change. It's an act of self-love to say, "I deserve better," and to take the steps to make that real. Remember, change is the doorway to becoming who you were meant to be. It takes courage to walk through it, but on the other side lies your potential, a life of greater fulfillment, purpose, and joy. So embrace change with open arms. Cultivate the courage to grow, to evolve, and to become the best version of yourself. Your future depends on your willingness to be brave today. Part 8. The Ripple Effect of Courage. Courage is never just a personal journey. It has the power to create waves that reach far beyond ourselves. When you choose to be courageous, your bravery doesn't just change your life. It inspires those around you and can transform entire communities. This ripple effect is one of the most powerful gifts of courage. Every time you face fear and take a bold step, you set an example for others. Your courage becomes a beacon of hope, showing that it's possible to overcome obstacles and rise above challenges. People around you, family, friends, colleagues, watch your actions and feel encouraged to find their own strength. Your bravery sparks theirs. Think about the people who inspire you most. Chances are, they are those who stood strong in the face of adversity, who dared to be different or to stand up for what they believed in. Their courage has likely influenced you in ways you didn't even realize, pushing you to take chances and pursue your dreams. This ripple effect works both ways. When you surround yourself with courageous people, their strength fuels your own. Together, courage becomes contagious, creating a community where fear is met with determination and growth is celebrated. Courage also plays a crucial role in creating social change. Many movements that have reshaped history, from civil rights to women's empowerment, began with individuals brave enough to speak up and act despite risks. Their courage challenged the status quo and inspired millions to join the cause. This collective courage has the power to break down barriers and build new realities. On a smaller scale, the ripple effect can be seen in everyday acts of kindness, honesty, and integrity. Choosing to be honest in difficult conversations, standing up against injustice, or simply showing compassion requires courage. These acts may seem small, but they build trust and inspire others to do the same, creating stronger, more connected communities. Understanding the ripple effect of courage means recognizing that your brave choices matter, not just for you, but for the world around you. When you choose courage, you become part of a greater movement toward positive change. So, as you embrace your own courage, remember that you are lighting the way for others. Your actions have the power to inspire, uplift, and transform. Be the spark that sets off a chain reaction of bravery and hope. The world needs your courage now more than ever. Step into it fully and watch how far your impact can reach. Courage is the invisible force that transforms dreams into reality and ordinary people into heroes of their own stories. It is the spark that lights the darkest paths and the strength that carries you through the toughest storms. As we've explored, courage is not about the absence of fear. It's about choosing to move forward despite it. It's about standing tall when the world tries to push you down, and about believing in yourself when doubt tries to whisper you away from your purpose. Every moment you decide to be courageous, you make a choice that shapes your life. Whether it's the courage to start something new, to face rejection, to speak your truth, or to embrace change, each brave step is a victory. And even when you stumble or fall, courage gives you the power to rise again, stronger and more determined than before. Remember, courage is not a one-time act reserved for extraordinary moments. It's a daily commitment, a practice you build one step at a time. When you face fear with courage, you grow. When you choose authenticity over approval, you shine. When you persevere in the face of failure, you become unstoppable. The impact of your courage doesn't end with you. It ripples out, inspiring others to find their own bravery, creating a world where fear no longer holds us captive. Your courage becomes a beacon of hope, lighting the way for those still searching for their own strength. So today I challenge you, find one way to be courageous. Take that step you've been putting off. Speak the truth you've been afraid to say. Embrace the change you've been resisting. The smallest act of courage can start a powerful journey. Believe in your power to overcome, to grow, and to inspire. You are capable of more than you know. Your courage can move mountains, break chains, and rewrite your story. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the power of courage. If this video inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to empower each other to live boldly. Remember, courage is within you. It's time to unleash it.